Oh, right. The reason I brought up the poverty thing or with that era, with those eras of my life is because, I justified how lucky I was despite not having plumbing or anything like that for like multiple years. Um, because we had flat screen TV, we had a fridge, we had food, you know. I basically justified living in filth because we still had luxuries that were sifted down from what used to be a luxury for relatively rich people, but now it's been sifted down, like trickle down economics. I don't know if that's the right term, but yeah, since we had luxuries while living in poverty, I figured that was good. I tried to have hope. Um, and that was one of my moments of naivety for why I thought the world was just fine, you know? Because um, if I could be living in like poverty like that, but still be relatively healthy, because I never got sick, nothing ever happened to me. Like, uh, there were things that happened to me that had nothing to do with what the house was like, but that's besides the point. Um, yeah, so while justifying that having a little bit of luxury was okay while living in poverty, I said some stupid shit in my day where I said, like, because I was talking to people on forums back in my day, and I actually said to a black person, like, how could you be oppressed if you're on a computer? You know, because I uh, projected like my own life of living in filth and abject horror and still having like luxuries and stuff that I want. Like, kind of sounds like a box, but you have like makeshift plumbing in like a fridge or something. Um, and so that was projected onto the rest of my literature intellectual history, where I would consider. Well, actually, no, I can't say that. But yeah, it was only later on that I realized how not right it was that we were living like that. I've seen like people talking about poverty in America and throughout the rest of the world, but I've also heard it justified that since like Bill Gates, I've heard him in books justified like since poverty these days is mostly like uh been luxurized with different types of stuff, and like you're just only going up and up and up as the rich give up the stuff they no longer want and sift it down. They no longer and so they no longer consider that poverty anymore because you're getting everything that they used to get, and everything is just rising and rising and rising, even though the people at the top are like billions of years ahead of you. Like, and that's how it's justified that it's just probably okay. You know, there's probably no settling poverty. I bet you at the end of the day, if someone truly had a blueprint to 100% settle poverty, there's like agents that would be at their door, kill them, burn their data. I swear there has to be like a wall, an informational wall agents or something that will just stop this type of happening, because it is kind of financially possible to stop poverty. It is, but there's generationally minded and enfranchised people. You know, there's people who like I can't say like there's people who have gone through the struggle so much that that's just their lifestyle and their world. That's how they've seen it. And for some person who they see as the issue for getting them caught up in that, being like, hey, you want to stop living like this now? I got a cure for you. You know how stupid that sounds? That's just, if you're not being judgmental, I guess it would be good to let someone help you. But you can't just tear someone from their lifestyle that we've created. You just can't do that. It's up to them if they want to obviously leave that lifestyle, but you can't just wave last second hope and freedom, financial security in people's faces at the last second and expect people to give a shit. You know, people do care, but at the same time, they might not want it.